stop reading books. Now you might be like, what did she just say? Stop reading books? I can't do that. Now, hear me out here, okay? Here's my point of view. As a coach for high performers with perfectionism, I have come to realize that most often the root core issue with perfectionism is that you are believing that you are not worthy already, that you don't know enough already. So you keep on consuming all of this information, especially through books, because that is very socially acceptable, right? And so you keep on consuming and consuming and consuming to the point where you're just so resistant to taking action yourself, to creating yourself, to contributing yourself, because there's so much to know, right? So I can't stop now. There's more to know. There's more to research. There's just more to grab a hold onto. Now, is this you? Then hear me out, okay? You are already worthy. You are worthy. You are already worthy. There's no book, there's no course, there's no this, there's no that can make you more worthy than what you already are. You have a deep knowing, more powerful than your knowledge, that can guide you through uncertainty, that can guide you through the uncertainty of also contributing, of starting a business, of helping others. You don't need another book to do that. You don't. You already know a lot. You came here knowing a lot. It's encoded into your freaking DNA. It's all about just activating that. And yes, reading a couple of books now and then can definitely, pique your curiosity. And it can help you, learn more about your niche and everything, right? Within business, it's important to know your niche. But trust me when I say that you actually get to learn the most through doing, through practicing, through showing up, through letting yourself be seen by being you. So I encourage you to do so. To take those books off of the shelves, okay? Or at least not add more books onto the shelf or your digital kind of library either. Just stop that. Just stop it for now, at least. Because trust me when I say that this has become an absolute addiction for a lot of high performers with perfectionism. Right? You have this idea that I just need this one more book, this one more piece of information. I just need to research a little bit more before I jump into the water and start swimming. When in fact, how do you learn swimming? You'll learn it by doing it. And the same is for everything else in life. Truly, it is. What I recommend you do, instead of getting more books, is actually, doing it. And oftentimes, that is the most scary part because it takes commitment from you and it takes courage. The confidence, you can forget for now. The confidence will come as you begin to see proof that you are on your path, right? The confidence will come and the capabilities will come. But start off with a sense of commitment and courage. And as you have that commitment and courage, and you just show up and let yourself be seen, and you just forget about the books for a moment, this is how you truly can begin to create your dream life and business. See? I truly, truly, truly believe that we are in a very interesting point in history where there's so much information to consume that it overwhelms people. It overwhelms you too. You don't know where to start or where to end. Yeah? when in fact, information is there to guide you. It's not there for you to become addicted to it. But it truly has become a new addiction, where actually you begin to intertwine your worth with how much you read, how much you know, how much you perform, how well you perform. When your worth is not intertwined with that, it is not to be intertwined with it, because your worthiness is your birthright. No amount of books can ever make you more worthy than you already are, okay? Just remember that. What actually can support you on the journey when you find yourself making commitment and having courage is having a coach. It's having someone there who can truly be there for you during that time of uncertainty, when you're navigating uncertainty. So instead of accumulating lots of knowledge through books, actually having a coach who can actually ask you powerful questions to truly activate the answers within you to be able to navigate your journey forward. That is actually something that is really helpful. That is actually something that more people, I would say, should do. I truly believe that it's something that is meaningful, that is fulfilling, and that actually makes more of a difference than reading book after book after book. Oftentimes, too, if you just read a lot of books back to back to back, and it's all about the number of books you read, what's the point, right? What's the point of reading then when it's all about the number of books? The point is just dissolved then, see? To me, reading a book is not about which number it is in the count of books that I've read. It's truly something that goes beyond that. I'm feeling called to certain books, right? My intuition guides me to certain books. And then I might read it, but I also practice it. I integrate it straight away. I synthesize the information that I consume through the book, and I create new content out of it with my own lens, with my own perspective, with my own learnings, using my own story, my own voice. That is actually what is helpful. But if you're in a position right now where you are not contributing from your sense of self, and you know that you want to, you know that you're called to, but you still don't do it, stop reading books and get onto the horse with me, right? Begin shining your light. And then once you do that, once you actually show up and let yourself be seen, heard, and understood, you can begin to read some books again. And you can begin to synthesize the information you read, to learn it even more, speak it out loud to other people, and help other people learn about it too. And that is how you learn more too. Because just reading book after book after book without actually, integrating it, like, what's the point? What is the point? Tell me, how much do you remember from the last, let's say, 3 books that you read? Do you remember a lot? Typically not. Because you haven't synthesized it and you haven't integrated it. You haven't spoken it out loud. You haven't taught anyone else about it. You haven't talked about it. And if you don't do those things, then that information is just going to go out the other ear because you're constantly bombarded with information. See? So I invite you right now to consider this for a moment, right? Just stop reading books. Give yourself the space to get some downloads from the universe of what you are to create. Letting the kind of notes, the kind of new information from those books that you've read, integrate, connect, so that you can begin to harness it and synthesize it to contribute beyond yourself. See? Now, it all begins with getting to the root cause here. And getting to the root cause is what I help you with as a coach. getting to the root cause of why it is that you're over consuming information in the first place. Tell me, why are you doing it? It's often a subconscious belief that you have that goes very deep about why it is that you need to consume information in order to feel worthy. Because at some point in the past, you were told that you had to in order to be worthy. Or you were given grades based on how much you knew. And so you began to attach your sense of self-worth with what you knew. Yeah? Or you saw others who were graded better than you, and so you felt less than. So you began to consume information too to feel more than. Now, if this is you right now, I highly, highly, highly recommend that you take this into consideration and also apply to join the Bloom Beyond tribe for sunflowers and bloomers who are truly ready as high performers to create a life and business of freedom from perfectionism with the power of the subconscious mind. So what we're really doing is we are going from overconsumption mode of books, for instance, to coming back to our essence and understanding that we're worthy already, that we can create from what we already know, that we have an internal compass, and you do too. And from that place, we can create, we can contribute beyond ourselves. So go to bloombeyond.com/apply if this is something that you're curious in knowing more about, and go ahead and apply, and we will look through that application. If you're selected to join, you will be invited, and we might see you then on the other side. Stay bright, stay brave, and stay balanced.